Double your pleasure, double your fun. The MOTU Origins Beasts of 1,000 Bodies box and listings have been discovered, and the corporate face of Cobra is revealed in a mirrored 2-pack. Join us as we chat about these topics and this week's toy news right now on Toy Habits Live. And before we go live, smash that like button, turn on notifications, and subscribe to the channel so you won't miss a beat. Hey everyone, happy Friday. Welcome back to Toy Habits. I'm Michael.
And I'm the Toy Sorceress, and you're watching Toy Habits Live. How's it going, Michael?
I am awesome. Great to be here and great to spend Friday nights with everybody. How are you doing?
I am good. I'm happy it's Friday. I wish the weather would cool down a little bit, but besides that, I'm doing well.
That's awesome. Yeah. We live in similar valleys, but you seem to get like maybe about 4 or 5 degrees hotter than we do. But still, it's a lot.
For some reason, we got some crazy, super hot early October weather, so this week has been kind of rough. Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
Hard. Yeah. It's rough on your like your body and also your energy too.
Oh my God, the utility bill has been just like, I thought like 1 month I screamed and then I got the other one was higher. I was like, what? Is this possible?
Oh no.
Oh my God. Yeah. Anyway, I'm like, I'm looking forward to the fall. Got the Halloween decorations out, so that's good. Now if the weather would just cooperate and do what it's supposed to at this time of year,
I know. Yeah. Those look so good. Yeah, your decorations look awesome.
Oh, thank you. It's so funny. Like I got, I had this big like light up pumpkin I bought from Target like 2 years ago. And I bought another one a couple weeks ago, like a matching one. It looked exactly the same. And then I turned it on last night and the whole damn pumpkin was like lit up orange. It wasn't just like the cutout of the eyes, like a jack-o'-lantern's supposed to look. Like the one I bought 2 years ago, like worked fine. That's how a cutout pumpkin looks. And I'm like, dang, Target, like would they cheap out and like use really thin plastic on the pumpkin? It was like all orange. It wasn't like just, like the face that you see the light coming through. And I'm like, this is defective. Like that's how they produce pumpkins now. Yeah. Like they're just getting so cheap. Anyway, nothing's going back. I just thought it was kind of funny. Was there any quality control when someone produced these? I guess not.
Probably not. They're probably looking to cut costs wherever they can, right?
Nobody tested them. And they have all sorts of, shapes and sizes, right? Big, round ones, tall ones. I'm sure they all light up the same like that because they use the same plastic on all of them this year. So Target, we got major quality control issues.
Yes.
Hey, that was my fun. I was trying to put out the decorations because I'm like, I'm already losing the first week of October. But it was like 1,000,000 degrees outside. So that was quite brutal the last few days after work.
Oh my God. That's horrible.
Yeah, it was. But I'm glad it's Friday and we have a bunch of people here and we are going to talk about some fun toy news. So why don't we check in and see who all is here in the chat? Because you know what, everybody? It is Toy Habits time. How's it going, Joe Coleman? Good to see you. We also got Frankie Rivera. Both of them awesome crew members. We got Right Hand of Skeletor. We got Lord Hoagie. We got crew member Carnage 717. Crew member Robert Alessandriti. We also got Pedro Rivera joining us. Good to see you, Pedro. John Guzman is here. Speaking Moistly is also in the house. We got Alex Valdez. Good to see you, Alex. Jose Mendoza is joining us. I already said hi to Joe, but it is Toy Habits time. Daniel Hearn with the $2 super chat. Thank you so much, Daniel. Daniel is also an awesome toy member, a crew member, and you'll have a little bit of a plug once we get through this. But Daniel and Michael are going to be starting a fun little project soon. So we also got Ryan Cole in the house giving 20 Toy Habits memberships. Oh, wow. My God.
Oh my gosh,
Ryan. So generous. That's incredible. So Ryan is one of our original crew members, our top tier member. He's amazing and just gifted 20 of you guys in the chat. Crew Toy Habits crew memberships. I can't even talk anymore. So 20 of you are going to be randomly selected to get Toy Habits memberships. Big shout out to Toy Habits crew member Frankie Rivera celebrating 15 months. It's Toy Habits time. Woohoo, Frankie, that is awesome. We also got Mr. MOTU here, and we got Joe Coleman also celebrating 18 months.
Wow.
Thank you so much, Joe. That is so amazing of you. And Joe has also gifted 5 Toy Habits memberships as well. I guess it's, here we go. Joe, you're so sweet. Joe's always following up Ryan. And so 25 of you total are going to be getting Toy Habits memberships for a month. Thanks to Joe Coleman and Ryan Cole. You guys are so incredibly generous. Thank you. We got crew member Neil Hunter Hyde is here. Crew member Eric Perryman. I've got like Ryan Cole in the brain.
Yeah.
We have crew member D Griff joining us. Michael Herrera is here. Crew member Mint with Card is also joining us. We got crew member and friend of the channel. It is the one and only Baroness of Toys joining us. Hi, Baroness. We got Timbo from Limbo. Love that name. We got Eric Valdez, which is Voltron 72. We got Voltron back there. Lord Hoagie, I think I said hi to you. We also have Giraffe, an awesome, amazing crew member and part of the Toy Habits Attic crew, celebrating 18 months, a year and a half of tormenting us. Woohoo! That is awesome, Giraffe.
I love it.
Congratulations. That's so cool. We got HH777, got Toy Monkey Customs here. Crew member Mo2D is joining us. Turtles Toy Box is also here. We got crew member Andrew Davis, crew member Adopto ND. We have crew member Frank Pryor here. Vexen's Toys is joining us, and rounding it out is Rex J. Cox. Welcome, everybody, and sorry that's also getting so much harder for me to do without my glasses. So here we are.
You do great, because my short-term memory sucks so bad. I end up saying like everybody's name 3 or 4 times. It's so bad.
That's okay. I hope to like make it enjoyable. And one more person, Rolando Flores, snuck in at the end, and very good to see you, Rolando. So take it away, Michael.
Yeah, just also wanted to give a huge shout out to Pedro Ribeiro, who also appears on the Canal dos Bros Mineros channel sometimes, and he said that not only hi to us, but also Canal dos Bros Mineros sends their hellos as well. So it's
hello to CDR.
very cool.
Hello, and a big hello to crew member Droid Commander and Black Phoenix 77.
Very yes, Droid Commander, my friend who I went to the vintage shops with last weekend.
Yeah, you had fun toy shopping. Did you pick up anything cool?
I didn't, but he picked up a 2-1B because I think he said his was missing the hose, and so there was like a really cheap 2-1B at Toy Safari. So he got himself.
Awesome. You always need a hose.
Yeah, I'm not missing that one. I've got hose for my 2-1B. But he was also super nice, and he also took me out to a very nice Mexican lunch, which was
yummy. That is so cool.
Delicious. Yes, I agree. It was so much fun. But yes, let's say hello to the crew, and without your support, it makes everything harder without your support, but we love each and every one of you, and this is the best part of our week, is getting to chat about you, with you about the toy news, because the Toy Sorceress and I are busy with our day jobs and also making articles and getting news out for the week, and so it's all our time to talk. So
absolutely. I mean, we get like just a few short words that we're like messaging to each other throughout the week, and that's like it. So we never get a chance to catch up.
Yes, Mint with Card. We are big fans of the hose. I love it.
You gotta be big fans of the hose. That is awesome. That is awesome.
Yes. All right. And the Toy Sorceress alluded to this earlier, but I have an announcement to make, and that is I'll be teaming up with Soundtracks with Birdman on this channel Monday evening, starting at 5:30 p.m. Pacific time, 7:30 Eastern time, and we'll be reacting and discussing the pretty much every issue of the original 1982 series of G.I. Joe comics. So that includes Real American Hero, Special Missions, G.I. Joe and the Transformers, and some out-of-print stuff. But it's really interesting because I was never really into comics, so full transparency. And so I haven't read a single comic aside from issue number 34, which Daniel sent me to get me actually into this stuff. I then backed the Kickstarter, and so we both have all of the digital PDFs, and so we'll be just going through the comics each week, and it's a tall order, but we're going to start with issues 1 and 2 and have some fun.
You know, it's funny when you said if you can believe it or not, like poor Stratos right there did a face plant and knocked over He-Man because he was so shocked. Like literally when you said that, so that's why I reacted.
That's funny.
That was funny.
Yeah. So read-alongs, Toy Cartel. Oh my gosh, it's Toy Cartel, who we met in San Diego. Read-alongs, probably not. But I think it's more just, you know, maybe summarizing, reacting to the stories, reacting to the illustrations, and also thinking about, well, now that Super7 is doing all of these O-Ring Joes, like, could we see also the toys come to life from these comics too? So.
Yeah. So you guys are going to do your research talking about the comic books. And then when you figure some cool stuff out, then we can talk about it as future O-Ring periods.
That would be amazing. I love that idea. Love it. Yes. But huge toy news this week. And it's so funny because I always think, what the heck is going to come up? When's it going to come up? And boom, we have not only Modulok official images being released, we also discovered the Amazon listings, and we got a hot news tip from an anonymous source who's going to get Modulok and also when he's coming. So lots of great stuff this week.
That is incredible. We got to see him firsthand at San Diego Comic-Con on display, and the figure looked so good. Like, they did such a wonderful job with all of the tooling and just the detail on Modulok. It's going to be such an amazing figure, and I love the packaging and the homage to the original, but yet they did do that small window cutout so you can see the figure inside, and then the, like, you know, 1,000+ combinations monsters there. So 34 body parts for your building pleasure.
Oh my god, that's crazy. Yeah, this is a it's a set that I don't know if a lot of people had growing up, because I think it came out a little later, you know, towards the tail end of the line. Daniel, thank you. So this Daniel is Soundtracks with Birdman. Thank you again for the $2 super chat. He can do voices and read, apparently. So this is going to be a fun show.
Can you do Cobra Commander though?
Oh my gosh, we might need to get Mega J to guest on that one, because I can do it once, but then my voice is gonna go.
Absolutely. So it's so funny if you look at the illustrations of Modulok on this box. He's doing a headstand. He's kind of curving back. Like, it looks like he's playing a game of Twister.
Oh my gosh, it does. I love it. Yeah. His tail's on his head.
Red 4, whatever. Like, it's like that foot red. Like, it's hilarious.
Yeah, it's like the upper, the one in like the upper left would be like that's more of like a gymnastics position, but like totally Twister. Yeah, it's like it's on his head. He's twisting around. He's got his head and his torso.
The middle one on the left looks like a Twister move. Hilarious.
Yeah. It's hilarious. Yeah, I love this. And it's funny because they're referring to this as a cartoon collection figure, which looks nothing like the cartoon, which is odd. So, you know, I think let's see. Oh yeah. So, basically I don't know why they're calling it. I don't know if this is a mistake, because this is how everybody's referring to it. But the Modulok from the cartoon actually looks very different than the vintage Modulok. So it's like, what are they doing?
Yeah, it's absolutely different. And it's like, are they just slapping that moniker on there? Like, I wouldn't take much if that's the description from like the Amazon listing, because they tend to like ramble on with their listing names first of all, and then kind of slap information that's not quite accurate about the
it's actually all of the international folks have referred, you know, they're getting the same information. So this is coming from Mattel, but no, I totally get you. Like, Amazon will just put anything on there.
Okay, well then they obviously all got the information from the same source, so that original source was quite accurate in terms of the Modulok that's pictured there, and the one that we saw at San Diego. It's obviously the vintage version of
Yeah.
Modulok, but super cool that we'll be hopefully getting a cartoon collection version soon.
Yes. And so what we've heard, and this is from an anonymous source who is apparently in the industry, Modulok is supposedly coming January 2025, and it was spec'd out to be an Amazon exclusive, but we know that Entertainment Earth will be getting this. So what we heard is that a few other retailers will be teaming up with Amazon to make this more available to the public, because I know even with Walmart and Amazon exclusives, this things sell out and they never seem to get back in stock. So
yeah. So it's going to be like an Amazon / fan channel exclusive type thing to start out with, I guess. And then I'm sure that'll be, expand beyond that later.
Yeah. So I think, well, yeah, what they're telling me is like both, yeah, they'll be getting it pretty much all at the same time. Is what I heard. So
great.
Yeah. Which is great, because this is something that I think everybody is going to love. And I love the way that they have a little window display, because in the vintage box you didn't have that.
Absolutely. So like I said, you're getting the homage to Modulok from the box art all around, and then they're giving us the little retro play burst with the window on there. And if you'll notice, funny enough, in the corner is the 40th anniversary She-Ra logo.
Yes.
Right?
Yeah.
So that's animating like kind of cartoon Modulok, but it's not the cartoon Modulok.
Yeah.
Right.
So weird.
But we're trending into 40th anniversary pop figures, maybe on the way. A little bit more than we've already seen. We'll see. I don't know. But it's cool to see that on there.
Totally. Want to give a huge shout out to Toy Hunters Hollow. Hey, Toy Habits, we need both Moduloks. Yes, we do. We definitely need both. And I can't imagine them not making a cartoon collection Modulok, because it's a heck of a lot less pieces. It's just basically one body with a couple other extra pieces in there.
Yeah. Yeah. So, but this version is going to be like really, really cool. Can't wait for it.
Oh yeah, and it's interesting because in overseas, like in Germany and the UK, all of these things went up for pre-order already, and like all of them are sold out. So like Smith's got it, the whole shebang, Funky Toy Junkie, Small Tiny Toy Store, and it's like, why are they? It's like, why does it go up there first? Does Mattel not have like international rights to like cross the international border?
Maybe they just don't impose like the same rules on the international retailers as they do the ones in the US. I really don't know. But it's going to be interesting to see. And it's like, and then they start showing up overseas sometimes before they get here. It's an interesting dynamic when it comes to when products come in. But I wanted to actually take a look at a couple of the angles that we saw of I have the photos up on my screen of this Modulok, because he looks incredible. So we saw him at SDCC, but it's funny because we were trying to get like all the angles, and you can see the 3 sections that are connected. And I mean, this is absolutely like screaming like vintage Modulok, but of course you can see all the added articulation that he has with the added joint cuts at the boots and arms and all of that. But it's incredible, like looking at how they constructed him. Here at the shoulder joint, they had to put two sections for the multi arms, and then he's got a regular head like neck joint, I guess, but it's like his head that sprouts off into the tree for the tooth, which is really cool. So it's just really interesting to see how they built this guy.
They did a great job with this one.
He looks awesome.
And you can imagine, like, also with all of these Modulok parts too, like this can also spawn new creatures and new characters too.
Absolutely. There's so much we can get out of it. And then if you take a look at his chest, just zooming in on that, that's absolutely Frogmonger's chest, because I've got Frogmonger sitting right up front of me. So it totally is a reuse of that part.
That's
At least they got some some use out of it. So that was good.
Yeah, of course. Yeah, of course they will. And I'm sure they're
Yeah.
going to get use out of the 1,000 parts. No, they're not coming with 1,000.
Absolutely. We need Allison Tor here to tell us like where all these other parts and pieces came from. But
Oh my gosh, and she will like
yeah.
the next thing in the chat is going to be that. Let's see. No, we are not going to New York Comic Con in a few weeks. We did get our SDCC 2025 tickets, so we will be there again next year.
So we will be there starting preview night.
Woohoo!
through the weekend. So that's going to be
awesome. One person that I met in person who is a very cool dude, Paul, we hung out at Comic-Con, and that's awesome that you're on the stream. He's never usually around Friday nights, but glad to catch you all, even if I'm late to the stream. Better late than
good to see you. Good to see you. It was fun hanging out down in San Diego. Very cool to meet you there. I know he's a big G.I. Joe fan, so. And if you want to get your own Toy Habits G.I. Joe merchandise, you can go to our merch shop on toyhabits.com. You get a very cool Toy Habits logo in the, G.I. Joe style.
Yeah, and I do want to address this, the whole shebang. So Solar Iqwala says the whole shebang sometimes has stuff up for pre-order that are not even remotely confirmed to be carrying it. But actually, all of the stuff that I've seen them put up for pre-order are things that we've actually heard from other sources. So I don't know. Anyway, I don't see them canceling anything. So I think they're pretty true to their pre-orders. There is not a pre-order date just yet, but with all of the packaging images and all of that stuff, we even had an in-hand image sent to us too. There's one person who, I don't know if they work within the industry or for Mattel, that somehow got on Facebook and then was immediately taken down, but we were able to get an image of it. But I mean, it was released at SDC. I mean, we saw it at SDCC, so I don't know why the person was.
Yeah, it's not like it's a secret that it's coming out. We all saw the figure on display.
No,
and look who it is. It is the Retro Toy Princess joining us. The one and only Allison Troy. Good to see you. And I'm just going to put this up here. I know Master Versal Toy Hunter is actually not a new Toy Habits member, but you probably renewed your membership, which is awesome. But welcome again to the crew, Master Versal Toy Hunter. That is awesome.
Yes. And we do have the Amazon listing. So it's kind of a weird situation. And this is exactly how the Snake Mountain pre-order went up. And so basically what our link is to this screen, which is a really weird pre-order screen. And so if you click see details, it actually goes to a page not found because they haven't actually put up the live listing yet or just added that listing to their database. And so we're checking that constantly. And so we're going to be Johnny on the spot when that thing goes up for pre-order, and hopefully it doesn't go for pre-order when we're sleeping.
Yeah, I know. well, I'll let you know when that hits. Do we have access to the Amazon Canada link for that?
Yeah, so there is in Canada. So when these say out of stock and temporarily out of stock, these have not gone up for pre-order yet in the US and Canada. And so if they did, the whole internet would be aflutter with all of this stuff. So the fact that there is radio silence on these things means that they're just placeholder listings right now. And when they are working on getting them up in the pre-order, then they'll go up. So
this is typical MO for Amazon. Same thing happened with the Technodrome, and the listing sat there for a while until it actually went live and up for actual pre-order. So this is what Amazon does, but it's fine. And it's good that we have it bookmarked, because then we can keep an eye on it and let you guys know when it goes live.
Yeah, so it was definitely a surprise when these images started to float around. And it's funny, when images like this float around, I immediately go to the German online retailers, the whole shebang. Usually they are the sources of these images. And so it's funny because people will just like put out these images with no context. And it's like, they've had to come from somewhere.
Exactly.
Yeah.
That's great.
Yeah. So super exciting news about Modulok. Let's see. Yeah, and I guess everybody's guess is as good as ours, but it seems like if they're getting these listings ready and they're we can find some of them on Amazon. It's probably he's probably going to be going up soon. I don't know what soon means, but probably not in months.
Yeah. I'm sure it'll come up soon. And if you want to, go ahead and check out our article and bookmark that link. And we'll be sure to update you when that gets live. But go ahead and save that so you're able to find it quickly.
Yes.
Yeah.
All right. Anything else on Modulok before we move on to everybody's virtual collector con they love to hate?
Let's move on to that.
Okay. So, all right. So this is actually Walmart's third collector con this year. So they had one in March, they had one in July, right smack dab in the middle of Comic-Con, which was insane. It's like, why do that? Rob 2023 is just sneaking in here, I think, and I'm going to mention him in a second. But they had a little teaser image, and this is most likely the 40th anniversary edition of Optimus Prime, and I think this is a green shirt Quicksilver, which is weird because he's on Hasbro Pulse, so I don't really know what the deal with that is. But funny thing is about this con, so they have a sneak peek October, so we'll see some things that will go up for pre-order. We won't see everything, but it's actually cool because they'll release the links to the listings and also the official images and things like that, so we can actually see what we're buying, which is great. Everybody, I think, hates this con and loves it at the same time. maybe love is not the best word to use. No. Maybe more hate.
I'm so glad I ended up like the last time it was this thing hit in the middle of San Diego Comic-Con. Of course, you're typing away at 5 a.m. so we were able to get our orders in. But I'm glad that I actually got my stuff before actually waiting for it to show up from Walmart. So I picked it up, on my own. Because I don't trust these guys. I get it shipped out to us, but
I get it.
If you have no other way, and these things are exclusive to Walmart, it's what we have to deal with, and so it's a love-hate relationship that we just.
Ryan Cole, there is no love, only hate.
Exactly.
I love it. But I want to give a huge shout out to Rob 2023 because randomly, I think it was like a week and a half ago, he texted me the listing to the 40th anniversary Transformers Optimus Prime. And I sat on it for a while and I went on and it was still available. So I just ordered one and they actually sent it to me in an actual box that was there was no damage to the box. It wasn't crushed. It wasn't folded like a taco. It was in a box that was big enough for this. So
that's great.
It's really cool. It's one less thing that I have to worry about. But interestingly, we do have some speculation on. I know, right?
Poor Neil. He's like, no.
I know. Yeah, that's a lot of.
All our reactions.
I know, right? But I was thinking about it, and we saw the Walmart exclusive Turtles of Grayskull figures, Shredder and King Hiss, and I was doing the math, and basically spring is in 5 months, and Shredder was actually called out as a spring release, and so I looked back at my Horde Trooper Prime pre-order, and there was about 5 months lead time to get that one. And so putting 2 and 2 together, this is just speculation, educated guess. We do actually have somebody that is trying to find these listings for us if they exist. And so we'll make sure to publish those. But one thing that we could see go up is either Shredder or King Hiss. So I'm excited about that.
Yeah, and one's probably going to Walmart, one's probably going to Target. So we'll see. We'll see which one it is, because that's how the deluxe figures have been being released. And that's like just really exciting. As a matter of fact, speaking of, Too Bad has been two Bop Steady, sorry, has been a little bit delayed. I don't know if you got the notice too, because I was thinking that's the last piece we need for the Build-A-Figure.
Oh, that's right.
And I don't know if there's another Build-A-Figure. We haven't seen anything in terms of that. Yeah.
Yeah, and Shredder was called out. It's like specifically as a Walmart exclusive, and I think that also King Hiss was. I think they didn't have the Target exclusive
Gotcha.
ones in the display, but if Shredder's called out for spring, that's probably means King Hiss is probably maybe kicked down the road.
Yeah,
a couple months
for the next release.
So,
well, there you go, and they'll have 2 and 2, and we'll see what else we're gonna get. But you know, good luck everybody with your pre-orders.
I know, right? Yeah, and you know, again, like we don't have official confirmation that this is going up for pre-order, but in 6 days we'll figure it out. Or if we find out before then, we'll let.
Yeah, maybe they'll do the preview like the day before, and you know, kind of give us some hints as to what's going up. So
yes,
that'll be great.
Yes. Miss Allison Troy, I want King Hiss the most, so I'll go to Walmart because that's my luck.
Yeah, a lot of people still can't get Leatherhead, but that was part of the Walmart Collector Con as well.
Mm-hmm.
And I don't think it was supposed to come out for Walmart until November, but some people have been finding it in store. So I haven't seen them yet, though.
Yeah, me neither. Toy Monkey Customs makes a great point. Assume that Shredder and King Hiss will soon be available for pre-order in Smith's Toys German online. So yeah, we're going to see these pre-orders hit the Europe online retailers a heck of a lot sooner than the US.
Yeah. So, that's for sure.
Yes. But yes, Walmart Collector Con again. I mean, I thought they only did this twice a year, but I guess they're moving maybe towards a quarterly every 3 months, which is
it seems like it, because we've had 2 already this year, right?
Yeah.
This is gonna be the 3rd one.
Yeah.
So I mean, I think this is great because it makes it a little bit easier to spread out all of these exclusives throughout the various different cons, and so it gives people more chances to buy them. Right. Yeah. If you have too many things like crammed into like once or twice a year, that makes it difficult, and that also helps spread the cost over a longer period of time.
Yes. Funny, Ryan. Yeah, the last thing I ordered from Walmart will be delivered for another 5,000 years. I think that's why you tried to source this stuff yourself, right?
Yep, that's exactly right.
Future-proof yourself.
Yeah, it's funny. Like Leatherhead was one of the things we pre-ordered, but then he popped up on a third-party retailer from Walmart, and he was like $10 more. So I was like, I'm just buying it because it showed it was going to come in like a couple of days, and I hit purchase, and he showed up. So it was worth the few extra dollars and not having to worry.
Yeah, $10 for peace of mind is that's a no-brainer.
Yeah,
no-brainer. Yeah, it's funny. The my Walmarts around here carry 0. The ones that are close to me carry no MOTU figures whatsoever. I have to go to the stores that are at least 25-30 minutes away from me. And then,
me too. And then even then, it's like the older ones.
Yeah. So yes, get ready for Walmart Collector Con, and I'm sure there's going to be some information that's coming out. Typically, Chaz the Guru is good about getting some G.I. Joe stuff that might come out, for these cons too, because the Night Force line and some of like the weird figures, like the one with the brains and Shadow Tracker. That's Walmart exclusives.
Yeah. Speaking of G.I. Joe, do you want to segue into that and then sing over yours? We had some very cool G.I. Joe news happening this week, and it was none other than the amazing Crimson Twins Mirror 2-pack from Super7. Of course, the O-ring figures dropped like a week or 2 ago, and we got that awesome tease on BBTS's 25th anniversary sale. You could see the silhouette of our favorite twinsies, and so they dropped for sale a couple of days ago, and they look amazing. Like, they did such an incredible job. Here you can see the whole first wave together. I've got these figures already in hand because they're in stock from Super7, and we got links to everything on our website article there. These figures are incredible. The quality is so good on them. What do you think of the Crimson Twins when they dropped? Like, they look so cool.
Oh my gosh, they look so great. I was waiting to see what the painted versions would look like, and or at least the digital renders, but we do see the painted versions in the picture there. But I think they look great. I like the definition in the face sculpts that they're doing with these figures. Like Cover Girl didn't really have any, but I like the way that they did the definition in the faces for the twins, because I think a lot of the older and vintage GI Joe figures, they do have some, you know, chiseled cheeks and things like that. So, you know, definitely leaning into that cartoon vibe. And, you know, we can't forget too that these are supposed to be the cartoony versions of these figures. And so, yeah,
absolutely.
What did you think of them?
Well, they look great. The lighting here is, I think there's like a blue tinge on them or something, but you can see them better in this digital rendering. The cool thing is when their little backpacks or the briefcases open up, they've got their Crimson Guard outfits like folded up inside. I'm sure it's just like a little, you know, sculpted, painted piece in there. But is this a hint that we're going to get their other outfits? Because I don't know about you, but this friggin' packaging looks amazing. Like, totally you're lucky enough to have the vintage figures on card like this. Most of us don't, but to have a mirror 2-pack of the twins is awesome, right?
Oh, totally is. Yeah, want to say hello to Rachel Salinas. I love their OG outfits, and it's so funny she dropped that comment in right as you were talking about that. But yeah, the mirrored 2-pack is a brilliant idea. This was something that I wanted Hasbro to do with their 6-inch line, and they never did it. They made that Crimson 3-pack in a briefcase, and I was like, how cool would it be to get like an oversized, like mirrored 2-pack for the twins? I'm like, come on.
That would be awesome. And one thing I wanted to point out was Super7 did release, oops, sorry. Hello. How can we switch here?
Oh, here,
I'll let you do it. But they did release the Crimson Twins in the ReAction line, and you can see like what their faces look like, because they were very cartoony. They've got like the longer hair, just like they do on the cartoon, and the face sculpt on the new ones are a little bit different than these. These look like very cartoony, but you can imagine what they would look like if they do the O-rings with their cartoon heads in these outfits. But the neat thing, and the reason I pulled these out, was because I don't know about you, but I ordered 2 of these. They were $39 each. I'm going to open one set, you know, and keep one carded because it's a freaking Crimson Twins on a mirror 2-pack. And then I thought to myself, well, I'm going to have an open package, right? I'm not going to just throw it away because I'll have a second package to keep on display. So what I want to do is either put these guys in the open package. So I got my Crimson Twins in their nice crimson outfits, or, you know, I can even take my O-ring versions and put these guys inside the open package. Then open it carefully, right? And then you can put either your vintage twinsies or your ReAction twinsies in there. So that's kind of a nice placeholder. Even though the artwork has them in their extensive Enterprise outfit, it's still going to be really cool to get the twins on a 2-pack.
Yeah. I actually think that's an even better idea to throw their alternate outfits in there, because then you get both flavors. You have the art that shows off their extensive Enterprises look, and then you have the actual figures in their crimson classic look. I like that.
So that was a good use of an empty package, because I will open these up.
Rachel says, imagine anything that's been released in the ReAction line would be fair game in the ReAction Plus line. Interesting. That's a spicy take on that one. So that would be remain to be seen, because that would be that'd be interesting to see, like, because from what I understand, I guess the Crimson Guards have, or the twins have appeared in the comics like that too. So
they absolutely have. I mean, there's so many cool things that they did with the ReAction line. I've got a whole container full of them. But, you know, like one of my favorite figures was this blue camo Cobra Trooper, which was like their own design and he looks incredible. Could you imagine doing this guy in an O-ring figure, right? Because this is something Hasbro's never done before, and it's kind of like sort of like a little bit digitalized, like blue camo on it. Like imagine having a bunch of these O-ring figures. Like I would just army build the heck out of them. I bought a few of the ReAction figures of these, so that would be really fun. There's so much. Just thinking about like all the different variations you can get. I mean, what about this blue freaking Baroness figure? Could you imagine them doing a blue Baroness that looked like the Deke cartoon?
Yes.
Right? That would be really cool. And an O-ring version, right? Because we never got her an O-ring like that. But you know, this was done for ReAction. So I've got a container full of examples here, but it's so cool that there's like endless possibilities, and the figures are beautiful quality. And they fit right in with your vintage O-rings, and just Super7 did such a good job on them. So
totally.
Exciting.
Alex, just when you thought it was time to cut back on toys, right? Want to give a huge shout out to Aaron. This was the Aaron that I was talking about, who I got the Super7 fuzzy cookie monster at the box lunch store today.
Oh, you're gonna love that cookie monster, Aaron. It's so cute. He's
it's so funny because he was like, where did the toy sorceress get that cookie monster? And I was like, what cookie monster? So I went on your Instagram and I was like, oh, there it is. And so I did some research and I was like,
you could have just asked me. Yeah.
It's a box lunch exclusive, and so they had a store pickup, so I just picked it up at the mall.
Wow, because when I bought it, it sold out, and it wasn't available for pickup, or it wasn't available for pre-order anymore. It sold out in a couple hours. Yeah, which is crazy because I actually sent my husband to the mall before. I didn't know I could pre-order it because it said in-store exclusive, and he was by the mall, so I was like, "Oh, can you stop and check?" And he's like, "I didn't have anything." So then, like an hour later, I go back on the website. I'm like, "Oh, it says add to cart. Never mind."
Oh yeah.
So I sent him to the store for nothing, but then it sold out like 2 hours later. Anyway, this is going to be an incredible box. The packaging is so beautiful for these because I got to tell you, even the other ReAction figures, the card back is really thick. And it's got the white piping around it. I know it's hard to see in this image, but it does have the white piping around it. You can see it on here. They look so good. So if you just actually, I do have one right here. Sorry, if you just want to keep these carded or open them up, but they look gorgeous. And like the card back, look how thick that is. You see that?
So thick.
It's so thick. Where are you, Kayla? Thickness is a good thing. I can't even like bend it. Right? It's like it's great as a board. And I ordered this from Super7 and it came beautifully. So it's they're wonderful. They're wonderful if you're a fan.
Thick. But yeah, actually I ordered 2 bats and a cover girl. And that's all I've ordered so far. And mine shipped just today. So.
Oh, wonderful. Yeah, Super7 actually has been shipping them super fast. If you want them now and you don't want to wait for the pre-order on BBTS or Entertainment Earth, just order them from Super7. We have links on our article there. And you can get them within a few days. They ship it fast. But the bat's so cool. You're going to love the bat.
Oh my gosh, I can't wait.
He looks great. Really wonderful quality. And this Cobra Commander, like I love his sculpt. They finally got the proportion of the head right.
Oh, good.
Yeah, because it looks like he does in the cartoon.
Woohoo!
Yeah, you'll love them. Yeah, they're wonderful,
cool.
And Snake Eyes is a lot of fun too. So great fun, and I'm just so excited to get the twinsies. Hello Super7 Brian, if you're listening, you gotta release them in another mirror 2-pack with their crimson outfits. Like he has to.
Well, let's see here. After the show, send me a list of questions. The antique fair is on Sunday, and so maybe I'll see him and I can.
Well, that's my number one question right there. Are we getting the Crimson Twins in their other outfits in the mirror 2-pack?
Yeah, I want to know about vehicles too, because I think I can't imagine them not doing their vehicles. Just going back to Rob 2023's comment, I want to see their take on vehicles. Also, hello Rob 2023's mom, Dorothy. I hope you're doing well tonight.
Absolutely. Good to see you, Dorothy and Rob. Hope you guys are both doing well. Rob's mom is so sweet.
She is. She's awesome. sometimes makes an appearance in the hot tub. So
Yeah. Yeah, we always
cool.
like it when Dorothy says hi in the hot tub. It's been great. Yeah, I've been wanting this 2-pack forever. Like I've been shouting that from the rooftops since like Hasbro was releasing their 2-packs that they were doing, a couple years back. I'm like, why can't we get a freaking Crimson Twins mirror 2-pack? It's like, duh, right?
Yeah.
So if it takes Super 7 to do it, then by all means, I'm all in.
Yes. And hello back, Rob's mom. All right, we got a question from Paul. Speaking of Coco proportions, are the weapons a little oversized? Is that intentional since vintage Joe's weapons were too big sometimes?
I
You
think
got him in hand, right?
I do, and I can go grab it from the other room. But I think they're supposed to
That's
be
okay.
like
You don't have
he's just next door. If you want to
to.
see it, it'll take me a second to grab it. But I think they're proportionate to like what they look like in the cartoon. Literally, it'll take me 5 seconds.
Oh yeah, no worries. I'll go through the chat, which I love to do anyway. Oh my gosh, when I asked Brian if he has any intention of giving us an amazing Galabi list, I don't know. I don't share that same sentiment, Aaron, because I'm not a huge fan of the Cobra Law. But if you are, more power to you. I will see if I can seek him out at the antique fair and ask him. Oh my gosh, these are all now we're getting questions for Brian. Okay.
Here it is. So you can see the proportions of the weapons. They look great.
Cool.
You can use the vintage stands for them. They fit just fine. Nice. The only thing he doesn't have is like the little holder molded on his back for his gun, but that's fine. And these are. I just dropped this gun.
That's all right. Are they blue?
They are bluish. Yeah, they're like they have a blue tinge to them. Hold on.
Got it. That's all right. Take your time. Here,
They got like a dark blue tinge. Here we go.
Oops.
There we go.
Yeah, and you were saying too, like it doesn't have the holder for his gun, right? On the back of his. No,
it doesn't. But I like the proportions on his legs are like a little bit more like slender, like they look like in the cartoon, right? Better than the original version. That's kind of a little bit thicker.
Turn him around one more time.
The proportions of his head as well.
Yeah, Cobra Commander, you're killing me with that booty. All right, that's one of my favorite quotes from Breaking Bad. Better Call Saul. Better Call Saul.
Now you can focus in on that booty, but his head sculpt too. Like the proportions on his head look great. Like they nailed it on there. I think I nothing replaces obviously the vintage toy, but that one his head is it's fatter, right? It's like it's unproportionate to like what he looked like on the cartoon series, and so this one nails it.
Yeah. Ooh. Yeah, a lot of great stuff coming in the chat. Red Shadows O-ring set. I mean, there's so many things that they can be done with this line that Super 7's developing. Yeah, and also too, don't forget that we also somebody had published, I guess one of the Target employees was going through the Target listings, and so like we still have Duke coming out. There's the Ramar figure.
Yep. They got a whole line planned, and it's so exciting that they have a crack at this because they Super 7 does it right. They absolutely do it right, which is wonderful. And that's not the only G.I. Joe news. We got this 25th anniversary repaint of Storm Shadow in his camo colors here. So it's just like the first release of the Sunbow version of Storm Shadow from Super 7 Ultimates, but he's got his camel like version 2 and then red accents on his accessories. So this was leaked a while back and we all thought it was going to be a San Diego Comic-Con exclusive. And it turned out to be part of this Big Bad Toy Store 25th anniversary. So he's actually in stock right now. It's not a pre-order. So if you want this version of Storm Shadow, just head over to Big Bad Toy Store. You can just buy him and ship him off with your pile of loot.
That's awesome. Yeah, it's so cool that they're doing that 25th anniversary drops. There is it's so fun to just keep up with what's coming out.
Yeah. I almost ordered this and I'm running out of space on my Joe shelf, and then I just got a notification today that like the latest wave of Joes shipped from Entertainment Earth. So I'm like, okay, I guess I'm not getting this guy.
Oh, the retro carded ones.
No, the Ultimates versions of
boy. Oh geez.
yeah. So I'm trying to remember who was in that wave, but it was Roadblock, Crimson Guard, and Major Blood. So now I got to figure out where they're gonna fit. So I guess he's not coming home with me.
Yeah. And somebody's ears were burning. Ken from Toy Connections just slipped in here as we were talking about G.I. Joe Storm Shadow.
Your ears are burning, my friend, because this is such a cool version of Storm Shadow. Like, I really like them. Maybe I'll just get them and put them on my desk. I don't know. Yeah, awesome. This one is awesome. And then I was going to share one more little G.I. Joe thing, and then we can jump back onto the other toy news you got. I did get Retro Stalker in hand, and he is awesome. And I just wanted to compare him to his baby version.
That's cute. I like that.
I know, he looks so good. Right? Finally, the version of Stalker we were all waiting for. I remember when the first one came out, and we were all like, complaining with the rendering. He's not green enough. He's gray. Right. He's this. He's that. He's too drab. And then when we ended up getting him, he was like a very drab gray green, which is fine kind of for like a modern army figure, but it wasn't quite Stalker, right? It was not the Stalker we were all used to. So I'm so happy to finally have this version in hand. And he looks great. They did such a good job. Yeah. I don't have his little backpack on because I feel like he doesn't need it, but these guys look so good together. Yeah. So.
Oh my gosh. So awesome. Yeah, I love that. I love that comparison. It's funny because I got Stalker and Cobra Commander in, and like they look so good.
I didn't get my Cobra Commander yet, but that's awesome. Like, yeah, that's so cool. I see him.
Oh yeah. Again, the pre-order amnesia struck because I had orders from Amazon and then orders from EE. So I got one Stalker from EE and then Stalker and Cobra Commander shipped from Amazon. So
I had canceled my Amazon orders. So I think, I took advantage of that incredible like Memorial Day sale or the 4th of July sale from Entertainment Earth, because they had, if you spent like $300, you got like 50 off. So I consolidated all my pre-orders and canceled all the stuff from like Hasbro Pulse and Amazon and put them all on Entertainment Earth. In order to get that amazing discount. So now I'm sitting here waiting.
Oh, that's good. You're sitting on a pile of money because you saved some money.
It's fine. I need you. It's almost property tax time. So I'm like, oh. Anyway.
Oh, that's right. I forgot about that. I finally like scheduled it this time instead of like trying to remind myself, because I was late one time and it's like, that's a lot of money in penalties.
Oh my God, I know. Can you actually schedule it like for a further date? I thought
for our county, I've scheduled it for the first installment and the second. So I'm like, I don't have to worry about it. I just scheduled it the day that they're due or the day before they're due.
That's actually really good. I don't think ours has that option for LA County.
They should get it.
I'd have to go back and check. But yeah, I don't want to think about it.
I know, right? Yeah.
Yeah. Anyway, cool. Speaking of, let's head back over to you had some more interesting MOTU news to talk about.
Oh yeah, and this is just a plug for the Kings of the Snake Man book that Axel Jimenez and also Timo and Leonardo Vega collaborated on. And it's funny because Mr. Home Arcade loves making customs. He loves just the MOTU world in general. Like if you look at all of his collection, it is so huge. But in this book is a figure called Modor, and he's basically had appeared in the Obelisk mini comic. He says, I mow down anything in my path. I fight for evil, which is very apropos for the figure. But interestingly, Mr. Home Arcade, like at the wee hours of the morning this morning, just made a Modor custom. And so it's basically kind of straight out of the book. It's one of Axel Jimenez's MOTU Classics illustration concepts. Yeah. But one of the interesting things, and it's funny because he texted me this today, he was like, oh my God, you can see him on the Sky Sled box. And so there he is with Merman. So this is back in the day when the line was out and we had no idea what they were going to do with the line. And so we're like, okay, here's a cool looking figure, but
Yeah.
she's on the box.
That's funny because we had combed through like all of this card art, box art way back in the day, trying to find like new concept figures, and this is one that we actually glossed over and missed.
You know why too? Because I think because it's on the
Yeah.
top of the box and it's in the corner, and so I
Oh,
missed it too. I was like,
yeah,
it's crazy.
yeah, yeah. That's totally right. Oh my
Yeah.
god, that is so cool.
Yeah. So if this doesn't like tempt you to pre-order this book, I don't know what will, but I hope that we see some like really cool customs. So
Yeah,
no, the book is for $100, and it is a thick book. Mr. Home Arcade sent me some images of just how big it is. It's close to 400 pages, and yeah, I think publishing these days, you gotta have these books out for quite a bit of money, or else you don't really make any money publishing these books.
yeah, yeah.
Um,
That's unfortunately the way of the world now.
oh my gosh. That's a blast from the past. Back in 2020 when the line was dying, remember guys? Oh my god.
You're so right, Eric. Like what happened to that?
That's hilarious. That's
It's a
awesome.
slow death.
I know,
We
yeah.
all miss it sometime.
Slow burn, slow death. But you know, 100 books is expensive to blow on a book, but think of it as supporting the illustrators and people that have actually brought the Masters of the Universe to life for all of us. So
Yeah.
100 bucks, if you can afford it, I would definitely do it. Miss Allison Troy, rest in peace, Origins. Yes.
Yeah.
Too bad that we're not getting any more figures from that line.
I know. The line is dead. Didn't you all know?
Yes. Last thing that I wanted to cover off on was the debut of this Eagle Shark prototype. Now, when I was a kid, I loved watching the series Battle of the Planets, and it was just on, you know, the morning run of cartoons.
Yeah.
And this line has a special place in my heart because I love the cartoon so much. It's actually be really cool to see some of the vehicles that are going to be produced. So Ramen Toy had a booth at Asia PopCon 2024 in Kuala Lumpur in Malaysia. And he also sent us a couple extra pictures too of this prototype, but it's really, really neat. So yeah, there was
a figure to go along with it.
Yeah, it's got a figure, and the scale is 1/24th scale, so it's not super big. Yeah, so here's the photo of Ken, and these are I guess if you were watching these in Asia, it's the Gotcha Man, or I don't know how if I pronounce that correctly, but those kind of this toy line, this cartoon series in the United States, it was Battle of the Planets. And so yeah, here's the couple pics that Ace sent us over, just texted them over, and you can kind of see the scale of the vehicle in his hand.
So scale wise, like the figure, is that like a mask size figure? Like a
That's a good question. I'm not up on, like, I know what the like 6-inch, 12-inch, and
so a 3 3/4 inch figure is like a 1/18th scale.
Yeah, so this must be
is smaller.
Yeah, this must be mask size.
Yeah, and you can tell also proportionally from his hand, you know, that it is quite a small cockpit. So the scale's got to be, pretty small.
Yeah,
that's cool.
So like it was really cool. And then this is a little die-cast Eagle Shark 2 vehicle from the Gotchaman 2 science team. And this is actually really expensive and very good condition, and it's really tiny, but you can kind of see like how this might be painted.
So it's going to be like a red chip like that. That's really cool.
Yeah. So I'm excited about this one. Definitely going to get it if and when it goes up for pre-order, and it's officially licensed too. So which is great.
That's wonderful. Yes. That makes it all the better. They have the real logos, real name, real all that stuff.
Oh yeah. It's also called G-Force. Yep. That's what I remember. It's funny because I was searching around for G-Force, and it's like you'll get all of these different names that it goes by.
That's so cool.
Yeah. I tried to watch the cartoon. So I watched the first episode of the cartoon the other day, and it's Some cartoons hold up, some don't. This one's kind of middle of the line. It's kind of hokey, but
Yeah.
the space scenes and kind of what the heroes do with the villains is kind of fun.
That's cool. I mean, it's always, it's never the same as when you're a kid, but it's neat to like go back and it's like usually the theme song's like the best part.
Yes. Thank you, Eric, for the clarification. So same scale as Mask. So
yeah, that's what I figured.
Sweet.
Very cool.
Yeah.
Very cool. We also had just a couple more news items to share. There was a listing, a mystery listing, that you can tell is Mumm-Ra. So it is his silhouette on the BBTS 25th anniversary sale that's going to be on October 16th, starting at 2 p.m. Central Standard Time, which is 12 Pacific and 3 p.m. Eastern. So, we know we got the light up eyes Mumm-Ra. We know we got this very cool Dream Master Mumm-Ra version, our LJN, and of course the original. So I'm thinking that this is probably going to be a deluxe version of him, because that's kind of been like the line of what Super7 has been releasing. And my guess is that it'll be somewhere in between the LJN style head and the other one. I think they're going to change the head sculpt probably just a little bit to give us a different version, a more animated look perhaps. But I mean, this is going to be interesting to see what we get. But I'm guessing like it's going to be a deluxe. How about you?
Oh, totally. Yeah, I definitely think that it will be a deluxe. There was one Mumm-Ra that was released in the ReAction line that had that purple color scheme.
Yes,
and it was the evil mutant one, so it could be a repaint of that too.
It absolutely could. Absolutely could. Yep.
Yeah.
Yep. And I'm thinking it's going to be deluxe in some kind of repaint color scheme, right? So those are both really good thoughts in terms of what Mumm-Ra might we see, and Joker eyes.
Carbonized. It's like just throw all of the repaints in there.
Yeah. So, and there's also a glow in the dark Mumm-Ra. That's another possibility.
Yeah,
maybe we'll see that. And also, if you pre-ordered the Technodrome, they're going out in small drabs and dribs, but they are shipping now. So keep an eye out on your pre-order from Amazon. People are getting them in hand, and I actually got mine last weekend. And this thing is incredible. The box art is gorgeous. I have the box sitting here. Michael shared his box last week. And this is such a fun playset. It really is. With the big giant eyeball and all of these various different play scenes. There's so many stickers. Did you put yours together yet, Michael?
No, it's still in the box, but I was going to ask you, how long is the assembly and sticker process?
The assembly took just a few minutes, and the stickers maybe half an hour. It wasn't terrible. They're pretty easy to put on. I think you'll survive.
Oh, good. Okay. Well, I might need to call in some help.
Yeah, I know. If you want to wait till December, you can bring it and I'll put it together for you.
Okay. All right.
But it's such a fun playset. It really is, and I was able to put it on my Billy bookcase. I mean, it's sticking out a little bit off the case, but it's fun to display all your figures inside there, and there's so many various different spaces to have all these guys hang out. So just such a fun playset. Totally worth it. I loved it. Yeah,
that's good. Awesome. Yeah, your pics look great. I mean, your whole I saw this whole TMNT display in person, and it looks awesome. It looks so rad.
Yep. My pizza van had to get kicked to the curb in order to. That's why he's parked on the side in order to make room for the Technodrome.
Oh my gosh, that's hilarious. Timbo from Limbo looks like his is still in limbo. He said he's still waiting for confirmation that they have it in stock. Oh, I hate that. So bad.
Ours said the same thing, Timbo from Limbo. Ours said, that there's a anticipated shipping date to see if it was in stock, but you should be okay. So they're kind of shipping them out in small batches. So.
Oh yes, and you can't forget the sewer lair is in the works too. So. Yeah, gotta have to make room for that one too.
Well, when the sewer layer comes out, this whole top display is going to have to get kicked to the curb, and we'll put the sewer layer and the Technodrome together.
Yes. Alex, yeah, let's hope the strike on the docks don't delay our toys. Yeah, did you hear about the strike on the East Coast
I did, but I thought that they came to some kind of resolution last I heard, but I could.
Yeah, I didn't hear about a resolution, but I haven't kept up on it, but it seemed like Mattel and Hasbro had shifted their ships over to the West Coast, which is actually good for us.
Yeah,
not great for the West Coast.
That's really good, but I'm wondering maybe that's why the Two Bop study got delayed. It's probably sitting somewhere.
Oh gosh, this is like I'm having like COVID. It's like COVID all over again with like stuff sitting in docks and like getting delayed and all that stuff.
Yeah. Yeah, let's hope it doesn't get that bad. So
all right, strike is delayed until January. All right, well that's okay. So maybe don't mess with the holiday season, and then
maybe that's what they did in terms of some kind of temporary resolution. I don't know. I didn't follow it that closely, but yeah, let's hope. Like we gotta get our toys. No, of course we want the dock workers to get their fair pay and make sure that they get a fair resolution to all of the demands that they need.
Holy cow, 61% wage increase. Oh my gosh.
Wow, go union. That's awesome.
Jeez, that's crazy.
That is awesome. They absolutely deserve it, I'm sure. They've probably been well underpaid for a very long time. And that's probably why the increase is so high, right? Because their wages were probably like behind like several years. So it took quite a while to get them back. Yeah, so this is a fun playset. It is a little bit undersized compared to the vintage original, but you can still get your figures to fit in there okay. But he's like a little tight, but it still works and it's fun. It's a fun display piece.
Yeah.
So I hope all of you guys start getting your pre-orders soon.
Yeah, and actually with all of the re-release, like the vintage re-releases that they're doing, like that's a perfect place for all this stuff.
Oh, I know. Like most of these are vintage, but there's a couple re-release figures in here. So I think the turtles are the reissues because my vintage turtles are actually sitting in my van because they had to be. They're ones driving it, so I just put the turtles in here. But the rest of these are my vintage baddies and everything. So
that's awesome.
It's always fun. And this having like an extra play set, and if you got reissues and like originals, you can kind of mix and match where you display your figures. So
that's sweet.
Fun
well, that's good. I'm glad you put yours together so I can see what one looks like. It's funny. Usually, like you're usually about a couple months ahead of me with this stuff. So like the stuff will just be in the box.
Well, I also do it for the website and the channel, right? Because I want to. I'm sure people are interested in seeing these things out of box, and so I do that extra work for all of you guys so you can enjoy. It looks like in hand. So I'm just crossing my fingers that y'all get them shipped soon. I just got lucky enough. So yours shipped out. I know the Baroness of Toys got hers too. So they are arriving to people, and let's just hope they start to shooting them out a little faster.
Yeah, definitely need that. Yeah, that's an Amazon exclusive, and so hopefully Modulok won't take any cues from that.
I know. Let's hope not. Yeah. So I don't know if you had anything else. Oh, since we were talking turtles, I picked up this guy a couple days ago. So
fun.
It's another version of Genghis Frog, but it's like a throwback to his classic edition. So he's got the sunglasses and his boogie board and like the little Hawaiian shirt now.
He
looks like super cute. Yeah. I'm not doing anything with these like little mutation mix and match. It's like that goes in the accessory bin. As a matter of fact, I have like an arm floating around here from I love it. But this is a cute version of him. And I don't know I think maybe this one does have the tongue that like darts in and out. The old one had a thing like a try me in the package. So I can't do it, but I'll rip it.
Got it.
Yeah.
Got it.
Yeah. That's fun.
Yeah, that's awesome.
Yeah. Did you have anything else to share before we call it a night?
No, I think the thing that I got this week was that Optimus Prime and then some other stuff.
What an awesome score.
But yeah, I didn't realize that they were shipping them out, and that surprised me. And it came in an appropriate size box, and it was undamaged. I was like, because I only ordered one. Like usually I order 10 and then just return. You know, I'll pick one out of the 10 and then return the 9. But I just ordered one.
I can't keep because I don't keep track of like Transformers too much, so I can't tell the difference between the different versions of them. So I like, is that one supposed to look like an original G1? But which one is that?
Yeah, this actually let me grab my G1. This will just be a set. Yeah, it's supposed to be like the G1, and they actually did a pretty good representation
is that the one that's supposed to be a G1 with the added articulation?
No, this is not the missing link collection.
So what is that one? And it looks like there's an extra. Is that styrofoam that's gray around it? It's hard to tell. And it looks like, is it a little bit smaller? Oh, and the stripe is not blue.
Yeah. So basically it kind of mirrors the G1 version, but just with differences in the packaging. I haven't opened up the figure yet just to see, but yeah, I mean, if you look around, you know, just like the sides and you know the backs of the things, they look really, really similar. Yeah. So yeah, they're just kind of cool. Yeah, I like collecting these versions because they kind of mirror the Generation 1 version. But yeah, this one is not packed in styrofoam. It does have like a gray like piece to it. The G1 version has styrofoam, but it did have that kind of gray covering the styrofoam. So, yeah,
but really cool. I like that G1 version because it's got the blue stripe on the trailer, which looks very like vintagey.
Yes. So,
yeah. So yeah, I'm the last person about Transformers. Unfortunately,
I know, it's so funny because we don't really talk about this stuff, and it's like I'm sure Rob 2023 is like
Toys R Us can get these back shots any day.
Oh boy. Okay. Not sure if you should have flashed that one on the screen. I'll tell you what that means after the show.
Oh, oops.
I'm just it's funny. Sorry. Did you guys know that there's a new Turtles of Grayskull comic? Yes, we do. I just don't read the Turtles of Grayskull comics. But yes, but GoBots also rule too. I love the GoBots. I know. Awkward.
Oh, jeez.
On that note.
Anything else?
Let's see. No updates on the snake lair yet. So interesting. They're radio silent on the snake lair. So we'll see what they've done with that one.
All right.
But nope. That is it for me. Anything else?
No, I have nothing else.
All right.
All right. I guess we'll see you all next week.
All right. Yeah. Well, thanks so much for hanging out with us. And yeah, I hope everybody has a fantastic weekend. And we will see everybody next week. We're going to have to do our show on Thursday because I'll be driving up to Reno on Friday. So apologies for the stream move, but family.
All right. See you next week, everybody.
All right, guys. Have a good one. Bye.
Bye.